discover that they're changing my voice. Now, some of you have asked me to talk about why they're cheating me to such an extreme. It is one thing, okay, to keep me out of the news, to avoid putting me in the journals and publications and the martial art magazines, the periodicals, the websites of colleges. It's another thing to fume me and poison me, to covertly edit my images, to successfully prevent me from dating an attractive female and to try to make it so I seem gay. Okay? Everyone knows that there's a bunch of people who want things a certain way, right? There's racist white people who want things a certain way. There's Afrocentric people who want to build a black city or something. There's LGBT people. There's feminists. You name it. There's globalists. There's all kinds of groups that are pushing hard to have their agenda, to inject their agenda into the situation and to look after their constituents. Okay? But they know that it cannot be accomplished in my case. No one's going to ever believe that the top martial artist is gay. So if they come across my videos, they're not going to say, okay, this guy must be making that up. Now, if you edit all my videos and edit all the parts out, they're still going to say, hey, I do believe that the top martial artist ever is a black guy. He's of Nigerian descent. I do believe these are the most serious and kind of aggressive people. These people aren't playing around, right? It's like the movie Shaka Zulu. You don't see any types of people who seem comparable in the movies or in the sports thing. And again, I'm not racist. Shout out to all races. This just has to be said. Okay. So they do believe that. They believe that firmly. They're never going to not believe that. But they will never, ever, ever believe that the top martial artist ever was magically gay. Okay, that's something that they're not going to believe. You see what I'm saying? It's not logical. Okay, you don't go from gay slap fighting, okay, in movies for generations, so to speak, or for a long time one way or another, to magically, hey, the top martial artist must have been that. That is far-fetched, that is absurd, that is preposterous. That is sick. So these people with their inordinate influence, okay, why do you have to persecute me to this degree, right? It's sadistic. It's like, people dying, to reduce the population instead of spending money effectively and efficiently and stop wasting it on stupid stuff, getting people's tubes tied, you decided to starve 9 million people or so to death every year, and they die of hunger-related issues, so it's related to hunger. They're basically starving to death, scrambling for something to eat or drink, and they get sick and die, or they just starve to death. Okay? And they're eating dirt and whatever else. It's like those occultists who say, and it's disgusting for them to say it, they say, oh, eat shit and die. Just horrible. Horrible people. Like, who raised you people? Why didn't they raise you not to do that? So the first thing you learn as a human being is not to be evil, much less that evil. That is outrageous. And why are you persecuting me? And of course, people don't like to hear it, but I'm the most righteous person that ever lived. Okay, when we look at the scale of focus, moral intensity, right? If a cat gets mad and goes, grrr, okay, a lion gets more madder, right? If a flashlight is bright, the sun is more bright. It's a pattern in nature. Focused moral intensity, focused to strike effectively, to convey, to strike with the spirit, right? Spirit, to spear something, right? Single combat, hand-to-hand combat, being a warrior, being a top martial artist, mind, body, soul, and spirit, okay? So most moral intensity. And you're going to persecute me for no reason? It's despicable just to cover up who I am, right? Put a lamp on its stand. But you're going to zoom in on me and say, keep him from dating an attractive female. Keep him from living in his own place. Right? Make it so that he doesn't know if he's going to be blinded in any given day. They blinded me before for several days, and then I had to go to the eye doctor and so on and so forth, got these special glasses and so on and so forth, okay? So I don't know if they're going to do it again, and I don't really care that much because I'm nothing's going to stop me. Like Martin Luther King said, I'm not fearing any man, okay? Once you've seen the glory of God, Once you understand what it means to be Christ, if you were Christ, you would not be budged by any threats, anybody, everybody that ever lived put together. They're not going to move you in the slightest. You see what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. So when we look at this thing, what is going on here? Now, the simplest answer here is nobody has an answer to why they're doing this, including them. What happens when there's 600 billionaires in America alone? Okay? 22.5 million millionaires and billionaires. And some people have, like Seinfeld, last time I checked, a while back, he's probably a billionaire by now, but back then he had like $900 million. Okay? So there's tons of people, hundreds of millions of dollars, and there's 600 billionaires in America alone. These people, they don't collaborate together very well. It's a bunch of crazy people scrambling to inject their craziness into the agenda, and you get this nut house, you get this circus, you get this sick psycho circus where people are suffering. And they look like complete idiots who can't structure the governing class effectively for the life of them. They don't have a logical goal. They don't have a logical process. They're just spewing madness. It's like Gargamel and Lex Luthor on crack and Dr. Doom and Magneto all got together and they don't agree on everything. And the Riddler and the Joker got rich and they joined them. And they're like, this is the plan, guys. This is the plan. They're not thinking straight. Like, why do people have to suffer? How does that? It doesn't make you look good. Your relationships suffer when the plan is to make people suffer. Okay? There's no other way it could be. Okay? And you're dating escorts and stuff like this because you're such horrible people and there's not enough attractive women to go around anymore, much less gold diggers, because of specific types. And they're turning out females and they're not naturally gold diggers. So they're like, it's like a fake gold digger artificial relationship that you people have, and you're in swingers and your orgy crowd, and you're just ruining everybody. Okay? And then you say, let me zoom in on this guy and give him a hard time. He can't get an attractive female. He can't breathe fresh air. We got to try to put words in his mouth. He's fucking retarded. If you got a bird, if you controlled how the bird flew, people aren't going to be like, wow. They're like, what the fuck? Leave that bird alone, you stupid fuck. If you try to do it with the top martial arts ever, they're like, you stupid fucks. What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? You see what I'm saying? And after a while it gets old, you're like, man, they're just stupid. They're just crazy. They're like retards. I got money. I'm in touch. I'm in touch. And fucking retarded. No serious ruler that ever lived would respect that. No serious rich person that ever lived would respect that. Think about it. So why are they zooming in on me? Because they're fucking retarded on a spectrum. I kid you not. It takes a retard to think that being an evil rich person is the point of life or the ideal life. To have all those resources available and to choose that takes someone on the spectrum of retarded. They are mildly retarded to some degree. That's part of it. And together, it's like a bunch of guys, one guy going, and that's their corporate meetings. It's fucking retarded. And they got people with PhDs from Stanford and Harvard helping them out. And the best they can come up with, that's the best they can do. And they talk about that they have superior stock. Let me just end it there. Don't get me started on that. Oh my God. Yes, you're not superior, pal. You're not. You're rich and privileged. Okay, there you go.